All right, man, it looks like Diddy has started his first day of trial. It's under wraps. And we learned some things that we kind of didn't need to know and that we didn't really know what was going on. But it's really not that surprising because Diddy's a big old freak. Big old freak, yeah. He a cuck. He like all kind of stuff. He got a little R. Kelly in him. That's what we done found out. Now, Diddy made his appearance, and apparently, according to the blogs, they saying the man looked old. He looked frail. There was thousands of people out of there that he was staring at folks. It's just, it just, the aura just was a bit off. It wasn't that, take that, Diddy. It was more like, please get me out of here. Please get me out of here. I learned my lesson.
He looks completely different. I wouldn't recognize him if I saw him on the street. He looks old. He's gray. His hair is extremely gray. He's got a gray goatee as well. He looks frail and he looks vulnerable.
Hey man, let's keep it real, man. Anybody who go to prison and you've been through what Diddy been through, you've been stressing. It was over a year of speculation of him about to go to prison. Then he go to prison. His first time in the federal penitentiary, you know what I mean? He facing life in prison. I don't expect him to be in the best of conditions. I don't expect him to have natural black hair. I expect him to lose weight. He probably ain't eating nothing. He ain't used to that. He used to calamari, shrimp, steak, lobster. That's what he used to. And now he in there eating up hot Cheetos with Kraft cheese. Hell the fuck no, I'll be stressed out too, lady.
Well, now we've spoken to some legal experts who feel like this is a choice to present him this way. The other thing is that he does stare. People weren't exaggerating. He will turn around and look you dead in the eyes. He scans the crowd to see who's in there that he hasn't seen before. He picked us out because it's the first time it's the first time we've covered for the BBC, me and my producer, and he turns around and he stares, and he doesn't glance at you. He stares at you in your eye for a sustained period of time, which is interesting. I've never experienced that before. And then on Tuesday and Wednesday, and potentially Thursday, we expect victim 1 to testify.
Listen, if Diddy was staring at that thing right there, that mean that Diddy was trying to see, hey man, I might have to, when I get out of here, I gotta find her and get her to be part of the continued freak off. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was thinking. He was thinking, man, I need something to look at, because tonight I need to get a little motion in the ocean with a little lotion, you feel me? Now the prosecution just openly came out and said, yo, victim number 1 is Cassie Ventura. And we know they was together. He's 17 years older than Cassie. We know that the video was out of him beating on her. That cannot be held against them in this because of the statute of limitations. But they came out and just, cleared up everything. Yeah, this is the man. And there was a rumor, I don't know how true this is, but they've been saying that in court it was said that during these little freak offs that Diddy had the escorts that he flew in, which would be sex trafficking. He flew them in from all across the country, and he had them using Cassie's mouth as a urinal, is the best I could say. Cassie was swallowing a golden shower, apparently. Disgusting. Y'all don't believe me? Right here it says, prosecutors say Diddy allegedly made a male sex worker urinate in Puff's ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura's mouth. People reports on Monday, May 12th, the opening arguments for Diddy's sex trafficking case began with bombshell allegations from the government. Assistant U.S. Attorney Emily Johnson gave a summary of all the evidence they would present during the trial, where they are accusing Puff of using power, money, and violence to get people to participate in wild sex marathons known as freak-offs or wild king nights. Johnson described one incident where Diddy allegedly paid a male sex worker to pee in Cassie's mouth during one such event. He forced her to have sex with male escorts while he watched and recorded it. Johnson told the jury Cassie is supposed to testify during the trial, which is expected to last 8 to 10 weeks. Diddy is a sick man. That's it. That's what, if everything they saying is true, he's a sick man. His people was in attendance though. Hey, they said little Rodney was there, or Ronnie, whatever the hell the boy is that saying that Diddy was taking his cheeks and all of that. Listen, man, as a grown man, I feel like you got a right to leave. Just leave, bro. Lil Rodney just kept coming back. That was a little weird to me, but that's off topic. They're saying that his whole family was in attendance. I'm like, damn, you even had your twin daughters in attendance, bro. Like, imagine you being those twin daughters. They're obviously still teenagers. They're young. I'm not sure if they need to be in the court watching their dad be accused of certain things like that. But, you know, it's not my parenting. It is what it is. I think that Diddy is fighting a very tough fight right now. Diddy and his team did respond to certain things, and they responded as well in their opening statements to make sure that the jury knew not to include the video of him beating up Cassie in that hotel because it's not relevant to the case. We knew, and I agree with what that tactic was because I knew what that was. We knew that the feds knew that there was a statute of limitation. They couldn't charge him for that. But guess what? We're going to try to better our chances by throwing that out here so people can see it, because we know that Diddy is probably one of the most famous people on earth, and we know good and goddamn well most likely most of the jurors is going to see that. And that's exactly what they were banking on, and that's exactly why Diddy's team had to make sure that they debunked that in their opening statements. Let's read it. In the defense's opening statement, Sean Combs' attorney, Tini Girago, said that this footage appears to be horrible, dehumanizing, violent, and terrible, but her client is not charged with assault. She went on to say it's not evidence of sex trafficking, it's evidence of domestic violence. She later added, "You may know of his love of baby oil. Is that a federal crime? No." And that was important because it's not about what you see. It's not about what you kind of know. It's about what you can prove. And that has nothing to do with their case. So they have to put that into the juror's mind and remind them, hey, listen, this is not what you're here for. We're here for other charges. This is against the statute of limitations. I don't know how this is going to end. I don't know what's going to go on from here, but I do think that there's a possibility that Diddy can win this case. Now, I just never seen somebody get a racketeering charge and it ain't no co-defendants. Unless the co-defendants are people that are going to be witnesses. I'm just being honest. It's not like I don't want Diddy to get off. I think Diddy is a terrible human being. I also think two things can be true though too. I do think that the feds nowadays in 2025, they're a little bit more lazy. I think that they go off a lot of internet narratives because people do now. They do put more stuff out there and they make their job easier. But at the same time, investigations used to be 2 years, 3 years. These people doing investigations and getting RICO charges in 3 months because usually they put stuff on the internet. They put pressure on you. People are going to snitch. But in this case, I don't see any codees that Diddy has. I've never seen a racketeering charge with no codees. You know, I do think that the lawyer can do a lot of damage to Cassie because he can make it seem like, I mean, you was a drug addict, you stayed. Like, you reap the benefits of being with a billionaire. That's the angle I know for sure that they're going to take at some point. I can't tell you about the other two witnesses. We'll have to see what happens. We'll be, keeping up with the reports for, the next 2 months or 8 to 10 weeks, they say. All the important days, y'all can come over here to the Flare Lounge and we gonna figure this out together. You know what I mean? So y'all let me know what y'all think below. Do y'all think that there's a chance that Diddy can beat this case? Would y'all let y'all kids be at this case? Your young kids? All of that, man. Let's talk about it. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. And we out, baby. Boom!
Just LaFlare.
It's him.